All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, another WNBA video. WNBA All Star Weekend has wrapped up, and it was one of the better ones in my many years of watching the WNBA All Star game. It was very fun, not just because of the on the court stuff, but the off the court stuff. It was one of the most involved weekends with just brands and the players' individual brands and all that cool stuff. And a certain live stream, a 72-hour live stream with two of the WNBA's funniest players from the Minnesota Lynx. We're going to talk about all of this in my fun WNBA All Star Weekend video. There's a more serious one coming tomorrow where we talk about the CBA and all of that. I just finished recording that one. Eventually, I'll put a card in the top right corner. You can click it, it will take you right to that video. But this is the fun video. This is where we talk about all the fun stuff that happened this past weekend. We're going to talk about the skills competition, the 3-point contest, and of course the All Star game. And just give my general thoughts and not dig too deep into it and just have some fun this video. So if you like what I have to say, like the video. If you have any opinions, comment it down below. Just like the vibes, consider subscribing. So yeah, WNBA All Star Weekend was a hit. It was a absolute freaking hit. I loved it. I loved following along on social media. I think again, this is one of the most involved weekends, not just with players and the teams and the All Star game, but just the off the court stuff and the fun it looked like the players were having. Um, let's talk about the skills competition and 3-point contest, just to get it out of the way, because I struggle to talk about these two events. I even struggle to talk about it in the NBA. There's just not a lot to talk about. You really just have to talk about the winners and not so much what happened in the contest. The New York Liberty swept the skills competition and the 3-point contest, with Natasha Cloud of the New York Liberty winning the skills competition in a um, surprising manner, just like the way she won it, right at the end, and with the clock ticking down, she won it. Congrats to her, number 9. And then Sabrina Ionescu returning to the 3-point competition, regaining the crown um, from, oh boy, who was that? It was I always forget her name. Jeez, Leisha Gray. Yeah, Leisha Gray. Damn, I'm so sorry, I forgot that name. Regaining the crown, Sabrina did, becoming only the second player to win the 3-point contest multiple times, joining Ali Quigley as a two-time champion. Um, Sabrina did not do anything like out of the ordinary. She did exactly what um, we thought she would do, in the sense of she didn't break any records. She just brought it home. She said in her post game that she felt like she needed redemption, because she lost to Steph Curry the year previous when they did their little battle, Sabrina versus Steph in the 3-point contest, their own 3-point contest, in the NBA All Star Weekend. I believe that was uh, in years past. So yeah, really good stuff. Always a joy to see Sabrina um, win, in that manner, because that's what she's known for. I firmly believe that, like, Sabrina was like the pioneer of the 3-point shot of that range and that consistency in the WNBA. Doesn't get enough credit for it. She was there's a whole line of like players that were Caitlin Clark before there was Caitlin Clark, like Kelsey Plum, who played in the All Star game, was like Caitlin Clark before Caitlin Clark. Um, was at one point the all-time leading scorer in women's basketball in college. Obviously, Sabrina, legendary for a time at Oregon, and didn't get a chance to really flourish as much as she could have there, but now flourishing as a WNBA champion, as a two-time 3-point contest winner, and looking and seeking another WNBA championship. So just another feather in her cap. Some more stats about the skills comp. Um, Natasha Cloud won it by less than 2 seconds. With 2.1 seconds to spare, Natasha Cloud becomes the second player in Liberty franchise history to win a skills challenge, joining her teammate Sabrina, who won it in 2022. I did not know that. Um, and yeah, they had fun. The trophies look really good. As somebody who's like likes critiquing trophies, This was one of the better ones that I've seen. They were both like glass, and they had like the ball in the middle. It looked really cool. So yeah, that was the skills competition and the 3 point contest. I do want to talk about some of the fun stuff before we get to the All Star game that happened off the court. Um, lots of shoes this All Star weekend, lots of shoes. Obviously, Caitlin Clark, unavailable to play, but still wore her Kobe's, her custom Kobe's. They're this like Indiana Fever color with like the navy, and then it goes from like the gradient of the orange of the yellow of the tip of the shoe to the back into like this reddish orange. It looked really cool. Um, and her teammate Kelsey Mitchell wore them in. Oh no, that's not them. No, she Caitlin Clark's the only one with them Johns. The only one. Um, Angel Reese also debuted another colorway of her shoe. Now, I haven't had the chance to talk about Angel Reese's shoe, the Angel Reese One by Reebok. I'm not a fan of Reebok to begin with, so I might be a little harsh here. They just look like clunky shoes, and they look kind of ugly. But in some of these colorways, there's a purple one that I'm looking at right now on my phone, and there was a fully pink one that looked pretty all right. Um, I could see these growing on me. I could see as more colorways come out, these could definitely grow on me. I think some of them are just going to be ugly just because I don't like the actual silhouette of the shoe. But the colorways do some of these, do some of the curves on the shoe and some of the texture on the shoe a lot more um, service. They look better. Um, and let's see, there was one I'm particularly looking for here. Yes, so Um, Paige Becker's Rookie of the Year favorite in the WNBA, first time All Star, um, debuted the Nike GT Cut 4. It releases spring of 26, so she's got a huge head start on these. Um, these are also some ugly Johns. These are ugly, but I love the color. It's like this, what do you call it? Prismatic, like paint job almost on it with purple laces. The shoe itself looks ugly. The color looks good. She wore it during practice. I'm not sure if she wore it during the game. I'd have to pull up a picture, of video of the game, see if she actually wore them in the game. But she wore them to practice, and in practice they looked good under the lights. I'm not sure how, what's the word I'm looking for? Practical these are, but they look all right in the colorway. I hope they stick with this prismatic like um, colorway because in any other colorway, it's just gonna look really bland. It's literally just like a flat shoe on the top. Um, when you're looking down at it, if you're wearing them, and then on the sides, it has they look like Nike swooshes, but they look like shark's teeth almost. It looks all right, um, but it's not definitely not my favorite. And a bunch of other shoes. Um, I could sit here all day and go through a lot of these. I didn't even realize how many there were. Um, but some really good shoes, really good shoes. I think that's very important for the All Star game. Um, just have some dope shoes, just to break out something cool. Kelsey Plum also debuted her Plumberry Under Armour Breakthrough 5, an all pink um, take on a Under Armour shoe. Really cool. I like that one as well. Um, and yeah, that's it. Yeah. Other fun stuff before we get to the game. Um, there was just a lot of partying, a lot of parties, and what's it was I want to get their names right. It was Courtney Williams and Natisha Heidemann were on their live stream all weekend, 72 hours, and they documented a lot of All Star Weekend, and they took WNBA media by storm. They were streaming on Twitch, and they were incredible. They were so funny. They were taking the camera everywhere with them, and we saw a lot of parties. We saw a lot of just funny moments. If you want to, if you want to see what I'm talking about, just check it out. Letitia Heidemann and Courtney Williams, Twitch live stream, 72 hours. Check it out. It was just funny. They got Kathy Engelbert at a party. Um, dancing, the commissioner of the WNBA dancing, just having fun. It looked like everybody was having so much fun. There were some real funny moments in there. Some stuff that gets a little R-rated that I can't talk about, or like PG-13 rating that I'd like to keep my YouTube channel, so I'm not gonna talk about here. But yeah, it just looked like a bunch of fun. I'm just scrolling through the stuff I have saved. Everybody was on this live stream. Kelsey Plum, Nafisa Collier, um, the WNBA commissioner, Kelsey Plum, Lexi Hall, um, Sue Bird, and Megan. They had everybody on this thing. Angel Reese, um, Caitlin Clark made an appearance. Paige Beckers made an appearance. Everybody was there. Everybody hopped on the live stream at least for a couple minutes. So I thought that was really cool. And just going through here, making sure I don't miss anything else. Um, no, I don't think I'm missing anything else. I mean, they had the orange carpet, which is like their red carpet. Um, Lots of great outfits, lots of great fits. From the top of my head, Asia Wilson had this great fit. It was Nike'd out with Nike swooshes all over it. It was leather look. Kelsey Plum had some good stuff. Caitlin Clark had some good stuff. Um, yeah, really, really, just a fun weekend, man. I encourage you to look into it if you're interested at all. And what and the shenanigans that everybody got up to. It was really really fun stuff. Aside from the CBA stuff, but just everybody having fun. Um, All Star game. Let's talk about it. Um, there were some minor changes to the All Star game that I was not aware of till the game actually started, and they flashed it up on the screen. I'll try to remember all of them. One of them was you don't have to take the free throws. If you get fouled in the shooting motion, you just get automatically two free throws. They count as makes. Um, that was an interesting one. Keep the pace going. These are all about pace. All these different rules for the All Star game that are introduced, all about pace. Um, they had the hockey substitutions where you didn't have to wait for like a timeout or a dead ball. You just had to sub in, and you could only sub in the backcourt. So whoever had the ball and was bringing it up from the backcourt, a player could run out and run in. Any amount of players, I think, too. And the other one was they had the 4-point AT&T zone where it was just an AT&T logo on the court, and if you were in the zone, I think even if you had 1 foot in the zone, it counted as a 4-point shot. I want to see, did they count 4-point shots here? They did not. I have to find a place where they counted the 4-point shots because there was a lot of 4-point shots taken. Um, Let me see if I can find that real quick for you guys. I can't find the stat. I thought they would make it more available, but I guess not. So yeah, there was a 4-point shot, and then that was it. My only critique about the hockey substitutions was I wish there was a light that came on like near the bench that like indicated somebody wanted to come in. Because like you could if you really looked in the background, you could see where the players were standing. They obviously stood by where they normally stand, but if there was just a light and it was an indicator that a player wants to come in, because even the players were forgetting like they commentated on it on the in the in throughout the course of the game. The commentators did, and they said like that's the only thing that I'm having problems with is like you can see players like looking at, oh, I got you next time, and then like two plays go down like, oh, I forgot. So if the light came on just to like indicate somebody wants to come in, um that'd be good. Otherwise than that, it was a fun game. Some people were critical of the 4-point shot, as many people are, as many pure basketball purists are. And when anybody ever brings up a 4-point shot, or especially even when it's in an All Star game, like people get their pants in a bunch, and they're like, "Oh, they're just chucking up shots." It's like, yeah, it's an All Star game. Who cares? Now, if we're talking about a real game, I'm totally against the 4-point shot. Now, if I ever see a 4-point shot in a WNBA or an NBA game, like official game, I will stop watching basketball. That's just when I stop because the 4-point shot is just so useless. There are many other ways to fix the problem of chucking shots. There are many other ways, but we're not here to talk about it. We're here to talk about the game. The MVP was um, Nafisa Collier with, let me see, where are numbers here? With Nafisa Collier for Team Collier, um, All Star Game MVP, projected MVP favorite for the regular season. She ended the game with 36 points. 1 assist, 9 rebounds. She was 4 of 5 from three. I assume some of those were 4-point shots. I remember her at least making two um, in 19 minutes. Really good stuff. Great stuff. She broke the record for most points scored in an All Star game. The last person to eclipse that was 35. It was Arike Gumbawale. Um, she passed that, and she helped her teammate. Um, where is she? Skylar Diggins also eclipsed the assist record for the All Star game with 15. Skylar Diggins also had a triple double. She had 11 points, 11 rebounds off the bench. Really good stuff. And for the rest of the team, we'll run through them real quick. NECA with 16. Um, NECA's in the picture in front of you. She's in the middle. Brianna Stewart with 8. She it felt like she took a lot of 4-point shots. Alicia Gray, 18 points, took some 4-point shots as well. Paige Becker, 6. She started off the game with a 4-point shot. Made it, did not make any other 3-point or 4-point shot. Elisa Thomas, 6. Angel Reese on the left of your screen. Um, let's see. Skylar Diggins, 11. Yeah, we talked about her. Kayla McBride, 15. Courtney Williams, 13. Kelsey Plum, 16. Took eight 3-point shots. I assume some of those were 4-point shots. Why did I sound like I was from Boston? That Schwartz. Kayla McBride, 12 3-pointers. I assume some of those were 4-point shots as well. I said in my preview for this game, I took all my money off of Team Clark. I was just not into it after they lost Caitlin, after they lost a bunch of other people to injury and they weren't playing. I just didn't like the way the team was constructed after that. And I was right. Team Collie won the game, 151 to Clark's 131. Um, Team Clark's leading scorer was Kelsey Mitchell with 20 and 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 rebounds. Good stuff. The rest of the team is out there having fun. The game was over like by halftime, and I think everybody knew it, but they were still trying to get buckets because it was the All Star game, and they were just having fun out there. Aaliyah Boston with 9 points, 6 rebounds. Asia hit a 4-point shot too, I believe. Yeah, Asia Wilson, 4 points. Only played a couple minutes, still dealing with that wrist injury. Um, Jackie Young also dealing with an injury, played 1 minute, checked out. Sabrina Ionescu, 12 points, 2 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 of 5 from three. I assume one of those was at least a 4-point shot. And the bench really came in and made it fun towards the end of the game, even though it was over. Kayla Thornton, 15 points. Brianna Jones, 11. Gabby Williams, 16. Kiki Ariafin, the rookie, 17. Brittany Sykes, 16. Sonia Citron, the rookie as well. First All-Star game, 11 points. And yeah, I mean, you got Kiki here with a double-double, 10 rebounds. Kayla Thornton, 11 rebounds. Just out there having fun. And yeah, this was just a fun game overall. There's no need to dig into the stats too deep. I mean, it's an All-Star game. It was fun. Um, and I enjoyed it. I wasn't aware that they were going to change up the rules, um, but they did, and I again, I like the rules. The only criticism I had was there was no indicator that players wanted to come in. A light would have been great. Um, I'm trying to think of other stuff I didn't like about the game. I again, I liked it with I had the same problem with the NBA. Is like I think players choosing the teams is fun. I think you should do it like every couple years, but doing it every year is sort of like and I think there needs to be an emphasis on the competitiveness of the game in the sense of like we need to be able the other team that's down needs to be able to get back into the game. Um, whether that's I'm going to sound crazy here, doubling the points for the team that's down. So if a two is a three, a three's a four, and the 4-point shot's a 5-point shot. Like making it more interesting so the game can continue on because this is the problem in the NBA as well as that like if a team's getting blown out in the All Star game, like obviously people get to come in, like people that wouldn't normally play an All Star game get to come in and play, but also like you need the game competitive. You need people to watch the game. and I think that would be an interesting twist. I think I don't even know the roster fix. I think I think also there should have been a rookie sophomore game. I think this is the one year you could have got away with it, um, and they didn't do it. I don't think they've done a rookie sophomore game in a while, if ever, to my knowledge. And that's a completely different thing aside from the All Star game itself. Um, I think I what would be fun, and I just literally thought of this. It would be fun to see all WNBA first team versus all NBA second team from the year previous. So like all WNBA first team versus second team in the All Star game, and then the fans vote on the reserves. I think that would be fun because then it doesn't matter who the fans vote in. You can just get whoever you want in, and that would. I literally just thought of that. Wow, good job. Pat myself on the back for that one. Any other stats here? I'm still looking for this 4-point shot stat, and it doesn't look like anybody has it available. um, anyways, what other thoughts did I have? I don't even know what it is going to be next year. Have they announced that yet? Let me see. Because I saw something that said New York should host it, and at first I was like, "Oh no, why would New York host it?" And then I thought about it, and I was like, "Well, it's New York in the spring slash summer, and that would be kind of cool." And I don't know if they would do it because New York in the spring and summer is it's kind of too hot, and it's also kind of like really busy. But like that would be kind of cool. They haven't announced. I'm looking at it right now, and it says WNBA All Star 26 date TBD, location TBD, and whatever TBD. So they don't know. Um, I think that would be interesting. Is New York again? They've done Phoenix and Las Vegas a few times. Bay Area is also a great place. The Bay Area just did it for the NBA. That was a great one. Um, Dallas could be good. Chicago could be good too. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, that's it. That's the All Star game. That's the All Star weekend. Let me just check real quick if I have any other notes or thoughts here before I get out of here. Um, I don't see anything. Oh, the halftime show. It wasn't for me, but it was okay. It looked like the players had fun. Not really my cup of tea. I'm not much into the rap these days, especially the female rap, but you know, it's not for me. At some point, I have to realize, and I've realized this also in the NBA and other things in life, that like I'm not the target demographic anymore. I'm just not, and that's okay. I can still enjoy basketball. Basketball is basketball wherever you go. It's just a matter of how they play it, if they play it the right way, and all that good stuff. And yeah, I believe that is it. That is WNBA All Star Weekend. Um, 2025. Yeah, 2025. The last note I do have that's unrelated to All Star Game, but was announced during the All Star Weekend was Unrivaled. Brianna Stewart and Nafisa Collier's summer league, so to speak, their off-season league for the women's basketball community. They signed some huge names in college basketball, so there's going to be more talent in Unrivaled this um, off season coming up. We just hit the we just hit the middle of the WNBA All Star season. It's not happening yet. Hold your horses, but they did sign some really cool talent. I'll talk about that in another video, but I just wanted to put that in here because that was a huge announcement that came out of All Star Weekend. Again, not just the game, but the weekend was so cool. A lot of different brands and players' personal brands and everything. Really cool stuff. Um, Lots of great billboards too. Really great billboards. So yeah, that's it. Check out my other video, the more serious stuff about the WNBA, CBA, and all that stuff. I'll put a card in the top right corner at some point. Video won't be out till Tuesday, so if you're watching this on Monday, it's not out. If you're watching this on Tuesday or any day past Tuesday, it's already out. Check it out. I try to do my best to talk about the CBA and all that good stuff, all that serious stuff. It's not good, but serious. So, like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I will see you all next time. Cheers.